Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective tarot for today. Today is Saturday, January 10th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. It's probably the dog out there, probably interacting with the stray cats. I had to move their food bowl all the way to the other side of the building because I was afraid my neighbor was going to see it and freak out because she's getting ready to move out and her nephews are getting ready to take over her condo. And I fear that they don't know where it is. I mean, it was completely empty this morning when I filled it, but I mean, that could have been the giant possum. If you follow me, if you subscribe, next time I see that friggin' possum, I got to get a picture. I hope it's alive out there somewhere. I hope. I haven't seen it since that one day. All right, we're going to use the Everyday Apocalypse Tarot by Hattie Thorne. You can find this at hattiethorne.com. You can also find this in her Etsy shop. I figured we already were talking about apocalypse. Let's talk about it some more. I'm just kidding. Ooh, we got 2 on the table, 3 on the table, 4 on the table. Hold on. Whoa. Okay, this was just coinky dink. That's a lot of wands. We've got 1 major. All in the upright, no reverse. Why do I feel like somebody's celebrating something? Are we all celebrating something? Should we be celebrating something? What are we celebrating? Tell me. Tell me in the comments. 2 more shuffles. Five on the table. Last shuffle. Last shuffle. I just heard Komodo dragon. We got 6 on the table, 2 majors. No reverse. We've got Justice. 4 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Page of Wands. 7 of Pentacles, which kind of threw me for a loop for a second. And bottom of the deck, the Sun. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to be celebrating some type of justice if you're not already. And it's not even necessarily like you're going to realize you're celebrating, like you're going to realize justice is coming in. Sometimes justice comes in the most basic forms, right? You're going to think this is going to sound stupid, but I'm going to say it because it's what popped into my head when I said basic forms. So let's say you have a favorite cookie, right? Let's say it's an Oreo, okay? And they discontinue it. They're like, yeah, we're not doing the coffee Oreo anymore. Which, by the way, they used to have a coffee Oreo, and it was amazing. If they still do the coffee Oreo, we don't get them here. Just an FYI. Anyway, back to the synopsis here. Back to the plot. you don't get your coffee Oreo for, let's say, 6 years. And then all of a sudden you walk into the Jewel, you walk into the Maya, you walk into the Woodman's, wherever the hell you shop, the Kroger, I don't care. Target, Walmart, I don't know. You walk in there and there's your coffee Oreo as if it had never left. Sometimes little things are the justice. I don't know why it's important to say that. Sometimes it's the things that you wouldn't even think twice about that are your reward, that is your blessing, that is your miracle, that is your justice. Okay? And I'm just going to say this too, because it pertains to me, right? But I'm going to say it because I feel like this is true, and I would be freaking ecstatic. I hurt my knee before Christmas. My dad took me to the acute care center last Monday. They did x-rays, no fracture. I do have arthritis. I do have bursitis. The doctor there on duty said it could possibly be a torn meniscus, ACL. I need an MRI. He referred me to an ortho. I had to switch my ortho appointment from yesterday to next Wednesday. I go next Wednesday, and I'm assuming I'm going to have to schedule myself for an MRI. It is my greatest hope that when I go for that MRI, it comes back negative, and that my knee, whatever the case was wrong with it, is healing and it's fine. No fracture, no torn meniscus, no torn ACL. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. And to me, that would be, to somebody else, that would be like an inconsequential miracle, right? To me, it would be the most amazing thing to happen to me in my life right now. And I really, really hope that that is the case. That I go in for that MRI and the results are, nope, kid, you just pulled a muscle, you did this, you did that. Keep the bandage on for a couple more weeks and then wean yourself off. I would love to hear those simple words. I would love to not have to have surgery. I would love to be able to get out there and walk again. It is my fervent wish, hope. And as I said, that would be my tiny miracle. But for me, not so tiny. Whoever this is, whoever you are, tiny, huge, it doesn't matter. Something is coming in or something already came in, and that was your justice. Whether you recognized it or not. Sometimes justice is being able to extract yourself from a situation, being able to remove yourself out of the vicinity of a person that you're not supposed to be around. Sometimes the justice is just being able to walk away. I think we sometimes forget how simple life can be and how simple a miracle and a blessing could be, because we have it in our head that, inheriting a house worth $1 million, winning $60 billion in the lotto, marrying the richest man on the planet, like those are all miracles and blessings. Yeah, you know what else is? Finding that Oreo cookie at the market after being gone for 20 years. Why? Why did you take away the coffee Oreo? I think they tried to do it again and they called it something else and they changed the recipe. I think they changed it to like a cafe au lait or something. It was not as good as the coffee Oreo. Whatever. I'm just saying. I think that's why the Seven of Pentacles is here. I think it's because we just kind of fail to recognize, the beauty in the little things, but that's part of your justice, right? And I've said this before. Like, I'm forever grateful and thankful to be where I am in this world. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful to be able to have the job that I have. I'm grateful to have my cats, my dad, my brother, my two friends. I'm so thankful for everything that I have and everything that I don't have, right? I say that too. Because I don't want the BS. I don't want complications. I don't want drama. Even though it seems to follow me everywhere I go, I don't want that. I just want simple. I want my home. I want to feel like I'm my home. I want to feel comfortable in my own skin. I want to feel comfortable in my home. That is all I could ever ask for. Seriously. Absolutely. And look at how happy this person is. And look at them. They look like they're at home. The computer says you've completed today's task. Her mug says shine any day. And there's a piece of paper taped to the wall that says golden hour selfie. Remind yourself how amazing you are and how amazing your life is. Even if for some reason you think it's not, think about other people's lives in this world. Think about all the crazy shit that is happening right now in the US and outside of it. And tell me that you have nothing to be grateful for. Because I feel like I have everything to be grateful for. So much so, in fact, that as I have in the past, I will continue to do in the future. I will pass that gratefulness, that thankfulness on to others. Always. Because we should never ever think that our happiness is more important than anybody else's. We're a collective. We're supposed to work together. That's the whole point. That was all a part of God's original plan. Hmm. Somebody also might be working on something new. Keep going. Whatever it is for you, whatever you're working on, keep going. I know I talked earlier today in affirmations about being a procrastinator, and I am. And I think it's only gotten worse as I've gotten older. But eventually I do follow through, pardon me, with what I say I'm going to do. So continue working on whatever you're working on. Even if it feels like you're going at a snail pace, keep going. Just keep going. Yeah, this little piece of paper on this character's wall on this card, it says, "This could be big. Manifestation rituals for creatives. You got this. You got this. New project energy. Keep going. Somebody's gonna somebody's gonna work on something and it's gonna turn out to be very winning for them." I'm gonna leave it there. Short and sweet today. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a lovely Saturday, and I will talk to you later. Bye.